What is going on to you Capricorns? So look, you Capricorns have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and you, last but not least, you Capricorns have the Five of Swords. So a lot of you Capricorns are in a situation. Let's see what's going on. So you have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Very interesting. So a lot of you Capricorns are like, look, basically Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords. You Capricorns are like, look, enough of this being mistreated like you're worth nothing. You're just scapegoated all the time, being treated like trash. If any of you Capricorns are in a relationship, maybe you're not even in a relationship. You don't have to be in one. But a lot of you now have a new mindset. You're not going to stay with people that's going to give you a very difficult time, right? All of that ideology of them giving you a difficult time, you trying to get with them, and it's like, it just seems like they're so upset with you. You don't even know for what, but it just seems like they're upset with you for something. All of that is done. I see a lot of you Capricorns being like, look, if the person doesn't treat you well, you're just going to bounce. You don't have the time for this stuff. You ain't got the time. The Five of Swords is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you, because you're ultimately, real talk, you're really tired of being rejected. You're tired of it. You're tired of the ideology of people treating you like you're trash for no reason, right? Especially if your mind and your heart are in the correct place. For real, you're not wishing harm on anybody else. You're trying to do right by others. And it just seems like all it is that you're getting from a would-be partner, right, or would-be relationship is just someone just passive aggressive. You try to call them, they don't answer. All of that is done, okay? All of that is done. I see a lot of you Capricorns legitimately wanting to make very good decisions, and I see that a lot of you want to actually find someone that is going to show you effort, just like you, when your mind and your heart is in the correct place, just like how you Capricorns show other people effort. So the Page of Swords and the Temperance now is about how, and this is going to require you Capricorns to start putting your foot down. You Capricorns are very nice individuals, but the problem is that sometimes, like I said, people can try to take advantage of your nicety or the fact that you are nice, or you can sometimes be approachable, especially when it comes to the people that you love. So the situation with that is, a lot of you Capricorns very much, I just keep remembering how this Capricorn would crazy. Anyway, sorry about that. But a lot of you Capricorns can be nice. So you're in a situation, Capricorn, where you have to really remember that you have to put your foot down. Stop letting people take advantage of you. And that's going to be something that a lot of you Capricorns already know that you should be doing, but you kind of get tripped up because it just feels so good. And, it feels good to be in a relationship or a potential relationship. Y'all love it. And it just feels so good. And everything seems to be going so good and it's so great and all of that. But sometimes that's ultimately the problem, because the idea of things going good and you finally being in a relationship, because I'm gonna tell you, I have a good perspective on what a lot of you Capricorns probably perceive. A lot of you Capricorns probably perceive, could this be the one? Could I be getting married to this person? Could this person be the love of my life? And that's the issue that kind of gets you Capricorns, because y'all want love secretly, quiet as it's kept. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to sit up here and act like there's anything wrong with that. But you need to get that from the correct people, the right people. So the Ace of Pentacles represents you're on that path of finding people that are better suited for you. Because I'm seeing that a lot of you Capricorns, specifically the ones who are single, right? A lot of you are very much so trying to actually get around people that are more decent, that actually aren't villains or terrible people trying to act like they are villains, trying to act like they're heroes or even anti-heroes, right? So the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands represents, and you've met some people, but it's now a means some of you Capricorns may have met a couple of people already that, or have people that you kind of already know that fit this criteria where, you know, they're not villains, right? They're not trying to necessarily take advantage. They're really more so doing their own thing, and that they march to the beat of their own drum. It's just that the Eight of Wands now and the Knight of Cups represents, you just have to be candid. You just have to be honest about you wanting to get to know them is the situation. Even if you don't necessarily know some people like that, right? Or you don't have anybody like that in your life, it could just mean that you Capricorns need to be able to actually start approaching people and then get to know them and see what they are like, right? And it's like, sometimes people will be like, okay, well, how many dates does it take for you to begin to trust somebody? I mean, I can't necessarily give a particular number on it as far as like a standard. Honestly, I really can't. I would honestly say, if you really hanging out with somebody, Capricorn, I would honestly say 2 or 3 times. I would say about 3 times and up. By the time you get to that third one, if you're still unsure about how a person is operating, the first and the second time, by that third one all the way up, meaning 3rd, 4th, 5th time, after 3 and up, you really start to get a better understanding of who a person is. So generally speaking, so let's clarify the Knight of Cups. You have the Four of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, the Empress, and then you have the Magician. So this right here represents you yes. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords represents you right now. You have to be very good at being able to judge people's characters. And you should be, right? Especially if you've been hanging out over here, you should be better off at judging people's characters. So the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of you Capricorns are looking, a lot of you are looking. And if you are in fact looking, okay, then this means that you need to be able to become a better judge of other people. How it is that you're going to be able to do that is not by being kind of closed off. You're going to be able to do that by opening up. And like it is that I said before, about that third time moving forward, if I had to give it a number of how many times you hang out with somebody, I would honestly say, if you're under the conditions that you're still unsure, I would honestly say 3 or more times. If you're an individual that you Capricorns are not necessarily clear as to where the person stands, their decency, the quality of the person, then it means that it's time for you to hang out with them at least 3 times. And the reason why I say 3 times is because the first 2 times, a lot of times people put their best impression or their best representation first. So about that 3rd time when you start hanging out with them and it's like, okay, right? They make some bumps in the road along the way, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, but then they're still generally getting better as time go on. Then you can be like, oh, okay, this person ain't really trying to do anything funny style. So the King of Swords now and the Empress represents, but for those people that you start to see some things starting to brew. Trouble is on the horizon about that. It could be the first time dip, second time dip. Again, I'm not giving it any kind of particular number, but once you start to see those type of patterns about a person, those behavioral patterns where you should kind of worry about what they've got going on, that it means it's time for you Capricorns to bounce, is what it means. Pay attention to their character, pay attention to what they got going on. The Magician now represents, so you have to understand what's going on, right? The Magician is about you needing to ultimately don't always use your logic sometimes. Use your logic, but also use your instincts or your intuition. Pay attention to see if a person is really a good match for you. Pay attention to their values. What do they value? Do they value money no matter how it's gotten? Do they matter? You know, what matters to them? What is their values? If they value money above a lot of different things, they don't care how it is that they get it, whether they gotta get over on other people. Those are obviously issues that you should be thinking about, that you need to stay away from. So let's clarify the Temperance. Three of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, and then you have the Four of Wands. So to clarify the Temperance. So the Temperance is about wisdom and benevolence, right? But the Temperance also represents conflict. So the Three of Pentacles and the King of Cups represents, there's a lot of conflict that you Capricorns are going to have to essentially get away from. And what I mean when I say get away from said conflict is the ideology that you need to try hard when it comes to other people. That relationships, at the beginning of every relationship, should be difficult. It should start out like Romeo and Juliet with two families going up against each other. It shouldn't. It shouldn't, you know? And the more complicated something is the more it is that you Capricorn should probably shy away or stay away from it if it's too complicated. The Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups here is about you Capricorns having to, the Wheel of Fortune represents Cancer crabs, by the way. So the crab showed up, right, which is your opposite sign. But once again, you know, avoid anybody that has that crab in a bucket mentality, where it's all about trying to get you to jump through hoops and give me, and they don't ever actually give anything back. The Four of Wands, those are just some of the traits that you should be looking out for. If they have the ability to be selfless, right? They inconvenience themselves to a certain extent. They have common sense. They have wisdom, right? Obviously, money is a part of it on both sides, because everybody is, you know, but those are just some of the traits that you Capricorns should be looking out for to know. For you Capricorns that are already in an established bond, this could be news that, you know, maybe maybe you're rethinking some of your relationships. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website in which it has the ways you can financially support me, support the channel. Really appreciate it if you would, whether it's donations coming through for tarot card readings, birth chart readings. I even teach people how to do the tarot, right, for themselves. You know, obviously in sessions, I can't do it all in one set. There's so much, and knowledge is an infinite thing. It's never ending. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. We're literally almost at 11,000 already. I can't thank y'all. Listen, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Let's get this to 20,000.